Okay, today I'm installing the passenger backrest on a R1200GS 16. The passenger backrest is from Advanced Sport Touring. I went to their website, I read the reviews. Some of them were talking about some of the bolts being too short, and I found that out the hard way. I actually started this project yesterday and had to stop. Okay, the bolts that are actually too short, if you're doing it on the GS and not the GSA, are the two back here. Okay? And I'm guessing the reason they're too short is because of the difference in the type of rack for the rear tour pack. So what I did is I went down to my local hardware store and I bought two new bolts to match. I use the original spacers up underneath it because what we have to do is we have to keep a little bit of clearance down here. And that's the purpose of the spacers. What I also did is I bought two more spacers for right here. And my factory bolts are actually more than long enough to accommodate those two short spacers. So, what I have, I've actually got it installed. When you're doing it, you've got to take the whole luggage rack all the way off, put everything together. On the GS, and instead of the GSA, you'll find three holes on this down in here, on the actual backrest support. It needs to go to the farthest two back, because as you can see, that gives you just enough clearance in between the rack and the backrest support. Our next stop, or our next piece will be actually to install, which is just two more bolts right here, of the backrest. Now I've already done my measurements and did a test fit. My Vario stock bag will go back on here after I put this on. However, what I did have to do is I had to remove the backrest from it, the lower backrest, in order to provide the clearance. And what you'll see here, if I can get it into frame, there's actually two screws to actually pull that out, and they're done from underneath. Once you get that off, you have enough room for both the backrest and your luggage, the stock luggage. So at this point I'm kind of at a standstill, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop and I'm going to wait for my wife to get home. I'm going to put my seats back on, and I'm going to adjust this to the height that's most comfortable to her, and then I'll put it back together all the way and give you a couple more shots along the way. Okay, we have it on, we have it adjusted. Took it around the block real quick with both the backrest on and the box on, and said it felt comfortable. She liked it. Said it was a big improvement. So I'm going to put her all back together and be good to go. Okay, one last look here at how she's set up. As you noticed, I did take off the one backrest off the tour pack, and I left the upper one. Well, if you've liked this video, and it's been helpful, hopefully, you will subscribe and hit like, and we'll see you again later. This has been Mike with M&N Adventures. Thank you. Bye.